If you're a real estate agent or you're thinking about becoming a realtor and you're looking at the pros and the cons, weighing the benefits and the drawbacks of being in this industry, this video is for you. You might notice that Miana is noticeably absent from this week's vlog, and Miana has been hit by the bubonic plague, actually. And so she's not been here all week. It's been going around the office, the bubonic plague, and as a result, she's not here this week. And that's actually a con of being in real estate, is that when you are sick, you're not getting paid, right? And we all know that Miana's goal this year is to get paid. So, unfortunately, she's been out sick this whole week, and so we wish her a speedy recovery. Get well, Miana. Get well and come back to us stronger next week. You will be stronger because of this, because whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
The 3 pros about being a real estate agent is that, number 1, you can decide your own hours.
Making your own hours.
You are essentially your own boss, right? And you get to create your own schedule.
You don't have a set 9-to-5 job, Monday through Friday. I think that's horrible. But if there's any day where you just feel like you don't want to go to work, you don't have to.
It's good to be able to either do this full-time or part-time, working around other things in your life. And it's as rewarding as how much time that you put into it or how much effort you put into it. The more that you put into it, the more you get out, essentially.
And you really get to be the master of your own destiny. In the sense that there are no paychecks that come in, right? There's no regular, consistent pay.
Which means you get to make as much as you want, right? You're not gonna go to your boss if you work at a 9-to-5 and ask for a $1 million salary every year. But in real estate, you could do that by yourself.
This is not a salaried position, right? There is really no ceiling, but there's also no floor. So what I tell all my friends, and one of the running jokes is that being a real estate agent, you wake up every morning unemployed, right? And that's, for some people, that is a huge deterrent, right? That is a huge con, because they don't have that security. There's not that safety blanket there. But I live, that fuels me, right? That fires me up and motivates me. So you really have to know yourself and understand whether or not that's gonna paralyze you, and that's gonna be something that causes or instills some sort of fear, or if that's something that's gonna motivate you, drive you to become the best version of yourself. Because ultimately, it can be one of the other. It's not black or white. Another thing that's really great about being in real estate is that this is a service industry, right? And so, being in service, when I was a kid, right, I would always look at people waiting tables or doing stuff, and I would servers, people that would serve me, and I wouldn't really empathize with them in the way that I do now. I think being in the service industry is very, very difficult. If you're good with people, it can definitely be very rewarding, because you get that output, right? You get to express yourself and emote yourself, and it feeds the soul, right? Being in this kind of industry definitely feeds the soul, because you get to be there for people and with people at their best moments, right? Like, this is a job where you're essentially helping people fulfill one of their dreams, right? Our slogan is, we're selling Silicon Valley one dream at a time, right? And that's for a reason, because we're helping people fulfill their dreams and reach something that a lot of them never thought was gonna be possible, right? In buying a home or in selling a home, right? Helping them get the highest possible price and moving them from where they are now to where they wanna be, which is very important. And I think being in this industry has definitely allowed me, like you see, like recently, like the Clifton deal, where I'm helping them move from where they are right now to Portugal. Emilio and I first met 2 years ago. It's an amazing story, because when I first came here, we sat down, we talked for hours, but it was very obvious at the time that he just wasn't gonna sell. But I kept in touch with him, I kept in contact, and he kept watching my videos, and he calls me up about a month ago and he says, let's talk, I'm ready. And that's it, man, It's just, I made an impression on him, clearly. But I'm just happy that we get to work together, and Now I gotta deliver the goods, baby. He trusts me, put his trust in me, so now I gotta deliver. There's a lot of pressure, you know? There's a lot of money on the line. And so I met with him 2 years ago, and now he's finally gonna be able to fulfill that fantasy that he's had for decades. He's wanted to retire in Portugal for decades, and he's finally gonna get to do that, and I get to be a part of that, and that is so rewarding, and it's super fulfilling.
I really enjoy all the people that I meet, other agents, people on my team, the clients that come through. Like, it's just something fresh and something new all the time. So that's really awesome.
And then the third best thing about real estate is that everything is tax deductible.
Being in the service industry, though, there's also some drawbacks to it, because there are a lot of people that don't inherently see the value in you, right? And because of that, they're going to take it out on you in some way, shape, or form. So you have to have a very thick skin to be in this kind of business, because if you don't, it's gonna wear on you super, super fast. There are gonna be people that shit on you every step of the way. And so you need to figure out how to cope with that. And there's a lot of people that don't have that kind of ability. They don't have the wherewithal to go to say next, right? To just be able to walk away and not let it impact them. And so this is something that I've been blessed with. I've never really cared what people say or think about me, but there are a lot of people that do. And so you have to, again, know yourself. You have to understand who you are as a person, and whether or not this is gonna be a good fit for you.
A lot of rejection and effort until you get to the close. But as much rejection as it is, it's also a pro at the same time, because you start having to believe in yourself, be confident in yourself, and have thick skin. And it's very hard to find another job that does this. Like, it's really difficult to take rejection after rejection after rejection and keep going. But it's definitely a pro and a con.
There's obviously no consistent paycheck, right? So you don't have that security every month. But that is a really good driving factor for you to work harder and for you to come to work.
Working on the weekends. I do miss my weekends. Working hours that people are off, because that's generally when people would have time to, get things together, go to appointments and this and that. So I do miss having that scheduled 9 to 5. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
You have to work on the weekends, open houses every weekend. Maybe in the beginning, but later on, But most of the time, I'll do maybe like 3 weekends of open houses every month and take 1 weekend off. But yeah, and then another con about real estate, being a real estate agent, is that there is no set hours, which means your client can call you at 9 at night and freak out about an offer that they just made. You're like, oh my God, what did we just do,
This industry tends to attract a lot of people that are literally unemployable, right? Like, they literally can't hold a job to save their life because they can't stick to a schedule. But that's the biggest flaw of real estate agents, is that they can't stick to a schedule. And because they can't stick to a schedule or adhere to a schedule, they have no discipline. And lack of discipline translates into lack of results, and lack of results translates into no money, and destitution leads to failure, right? And so then they have to switch careers. And so it's funny, because the allure of being able to create your own schedule inherently is a bad thing, in my opinion, because you should have a schedule. Now, the difference is not needing a schedule and adhering to a schedule are two very different things, because there's no one telling you when to come in, when not to come in, but you need to auto-regulate and figure out, okay, like, what can I do? What is my ideal schedule? And stick to it. So there's a difference, right? You don't need to do any one thing, but whatever you do should be consistent enough to the point where it becomes a routine, a habit. You instill the disciplines. Top agents have this insatiable desire to win. And the insatiable desire to win overrides everything else. And so that insatiable desire to win is ultimately what's gonna make you unstoppable. So if you are super competitive and you have discipline and you're good with people, this industry is perfect for you, because you're going to crush it. And if you don't have that, you're going to get eaten alive. For me, one of the coolest things about being able to be a real estate agent is not just helping my team members become the best version of themselves, but also helping friends and family achieve their real estate dreams. I mean, obviously I love all of my clients, right? But it's super special to be able to help someone like Brogan, who was on the vlog like earlier last year, right? And Brogan and I were freshman college buddies, and we drank a lot and, you know, messed around a lot for years. And then all of a sudden I'm helping him fulfill, you know, an adult dream. And so being able to and most recently, like my friend Ashley Travaglione, who we went to elementary school, we were literally in kindergarten together, and now I helped her buy a house, right? So like being able to be a part of this phase of someone's life, like it's literally like there's nothing else like it. I can't think of anything else where it's like I get to be this involved in someone who means that much to me from a young age to like now, and facilitating for a lot of people like a lifelong dream in buying a house. And then obviously like not just being there for that one, but then like ultimately having us be there for, you know, the sale of that one, and then the purchase of the next one, and then the purchase of the next one. And then also for a lot of my friends, being able to be that real estate guru and helping them build out their real estate portfolio, right? I think that's something that's not really talked about, or that I haven't talked about too much, but it's definitely something that we work on and that we talk about. Like, what are your investment goals, and how can we help you not just buy and sell transactionally, but like how can we help you build out a portfolio? And so like to me, that's where the true fulfillment comes from, is being able to help not just every single person, every agent on my team become the best version of themselves, become the best agents that they can possibly be, and not just helping my clients, but in helping the people that I know the most and love the most, and being an integral part of their Silicon Valley life.